Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Atlas. In this video, we're going to talk about the SafeMoon owl theories. Now, I'm going to be sharing what the community has been talking about, and I have my own theory. I believe it's a brand new theory. I haven't seen anybody else talking about it. I apologize if somebody has mentioned it, but I did some digging and I came across something that I found to be very interesting. So if you guys like this, feel free to share it on social media, and I recommend that you use hashtags like for example, hashtag SafeMoon, and that way then we could potentially get more people to give their thoughts and feedbacks in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button. It does help us out with the YouTube search algorithm. And you can also click the bell icon if you want to be notified whenever there's new videos. Please keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research, and I encourage you guys to do your own research. I'm on Twitter at CryptoAtlasYT. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So this was being stimulated because, once again, Rostek Rustev, who people have been theorizing is potentially SafeMoon dev, but apparently that's also kind of being discredited now. It seems a little bit back and forth on that. Anyways, so he seems to be tied pretty well with the SafeMoon team regardless. And a lot of people are now keeping their eyes on things that he says even more. And this is a follow-up because he's actually mentioned something like this similarly in the past. And he's saying here, what do you think about this? Papa Cthulhu at SafeMoon Hank. And he references a link to an Elon Musk post. And it's an old post. This is from 2019. And in this post, he shows a picture of an owl. Right, and a lot of people are trying to connect the dots on this, which we're going to go ahead and share here in a second. As you can see, when he posted this, though, Thomas responded back and Hank responded back with pictures of owls, and this is not the first time that they've actually done this. We've seen this take place before. So some other theories that are going on, I'll talk about those in just a minute here. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and reference this. So first up, Crypto C4 at Curry_forward said, I found this trying to connect dots using SafeMoon sleuthing, just speculation. This is in reference to an article from Sison. So it mentions OWL. It says true cybersecurity protection, Internet of Things, OWL. These are some of the keywords that are all being referenced. And the Internet of Things is something that's being mentioned because of what John had said. John had said earlier today, on July 1st, when you think IoT, which is the Internet of Things, what comes to mind? Do you purely think about how your phone can talk with your coffee machine? What if IoT encompassed more than just what was in your home, but rather a larger system of systems all communicating with each other on a blockchain? Blockchain. That's going to play a huge hint to what I did in my research later on. But if you don't know what the Internet of Things is, here's a quick little description for you. The Internet of Things, or IoT, describes the network of physical objects, aka things, that are embedded with sensors, softwares, and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the internet. So this looks like it's playing more in line with the objective goal for the cryptocurrency for SafeMoon of probably with meshes, right? And with meshes, a lot of that stuff could actually potentially not only encompass stuff that takes place over the course of the internet, but also off the internet. And some of the instances that were mentioned when doing the research into meshes looks like the transactions could actually be faster than doing it via the internet. So it's very interesting to see how you can incorporate these kinds of things. And what he's sort of hinting at here is the inclusion of the blockchain, right? So go ahead and follow me on all this, guys. Another thing that was mentioned today was from the SafeMoon Twitter account. They said, who's tried the bridge? So recently, you got the SafeMoon bridge mechanics that allows you to be able to do trading transactions on things like Ethereum using Uniswap, which I have a separate video, if you guys want to check that out on my channel, where I give you a tutorial step-by-step guide on how to be able to buy SafeMoon or pSafeMoon through Uniswap. And I have a separate video that also describes the basics of what pSafeMoon is, so you guys can check that out too. But the bridge mechanic is another function that is playing in line with everything that we're kind of talking about inside of this video, potentially. Again, this is a hypothesis. A lot of these things, everyone that's talking about, it's just speculation. Just keep that in mind, guys, okay? So moving on, we got, of course, the Rostek Rusev thing. We're going to go up here once again and just kind of mention that there was a group of people that referenced this, and again, this wasn't the first time. So previously, this took place back in like June 15th when Andy had said, hashtag Bitcoin is picking up. Are you bullish or bearish? Thomas responded saying owlish. And then Charles Caroni said the same thing, owlish, or owl is the future, right? So they're doing these hints previously, and everything's kind of lining up once again. So this reference with Elon Musk, another person has already done some investigative research, and this is what his theory is. This is from Kid Barrio over on Twitter. He posted this back on June 25th and was mentioned that somebody else had done a video where they kind of talked about these elements already in regards to the Elon Musk stuff, right? So Elon Musk said, could turn out to be one big Philip K. Dick joke in the end. K is kindred. And then you've got Blade Runner, Philip K. Dick, in reference to that. And Elon Musk referencing Blade Runner on Twitter. Do you like our owl? And Rachel, like our owl. The owl had been the logo of the Tyrrell, right? So they're trying to connect the dots again. Again, a link to Blade Runner as it is the beginning of the famous dialogue between Rachel and Deckard, I think is how you say his name. I think it's Deckard. And yeah, so just kind of showing this again. You already referenced that, and then you guys can see the big brain. They're doing their thinking kind of a thing, referencing that. The owl, Thomas showing a picture of an owl, doing a lot of stuff referencing owls. And then Royzen over here says how Neuralink works, upgrading your brain, uploading your brain to a computer. Elon Musk's company, Neuralink, is doing this now. This is transhumanism, human and AI combined. So potentially the idea of an inclusion of something with artificial intelligence or with Neuralink or being involved with Elon Musk just in general, okay? And this post was on the subreddit by Bursa Sig G. Says, we may be on to something, folks. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this image right here. And if you're taking a look at this image, you don't quite understand it, that's okay. I didn't quite understand it at first either. So what do? I go down and I take a look at the comments below. And people are talking about Starlink. So apparently this image has some things to do with Starlink, which Starlink is tied into with that of Elon Musk. And that was basically what we were just referencing over here from what Kid Barrio had posted, right? Okay, so continuing on. Next thing, somebody else said about Project Owl, right? People are trying to figure out what Owl is. So here's one theory. Somebody said, I know they said it's an inside joke, but look at this and tell me that this isn't too good to be true. Project Owl. So Project Owl, which is at owl_networks on Twitter, says in their bio, mesh networks to connect the people, places, and things you care about most. Lo and behold, what have we been talking about with SafeMoon recently? But meshes, and I just mentioned it a little bit ago, right? However, somebody else went ahead and followed up with this, and they shared because they did an outreach to this project, and this is what they actually shared. I think I was the first person to upvote this, unless other people downvoted it. I see that there's 13 comments. I don't know if these comments update in real time or unless I have to refresh a page. I think you have to refresh a page. Anyways, it says, reply SafeMoon project with Project Owl. It says, hi, blank, and thanks for reaching out. We are not associated with SafeMoon. In fact, we were not aware of this cryptocurrency until our social media starting erupting with all these references to SafeMoon. Fascinating world we live in. Best Brian. So that is confirmation from this article reference, or this email reference at least. They reached out to Project Owl and they told them that no, they're not associated with SafeMoon. If you don't believe it, do your due diligence. You can reach out to them yourselves. But yeah, one theory was in reference to Project Owl. It does not look like that is actually the case. Okay. So then the next thing is John Croney. He says, when you think IoT, what comes to mind? We already kind of talking about that and how that could potentially play into some of the other things. This is where my theory comes into play, ladies and gentlemen. I'd say the biggest thing that led into this was the idea of the inclusion of what key points make up what SafeMoon is about, what projects that they're pushing forward with. And so I decided to look up things with OWL and with cryptocurrency and with blockchain technology, things like that. And check this out. So what I came across is something called Web Ontology Language, which is actually abbreviated OWL. So ontology is kind of moved over to the front there, but this is OWL, Web Ontology Language. The W3C Web Ontology Language, OWL, is a semantic web language designed to represent rich and complex knowledge about things, groups of things, and relations between things. OWL is a computational logic-based language such that knowledge expressed in OWL can be exploited by computer programs, for example, to verify the consistency of that knowledge or to make implicit knowledge explicit. OWL documents known as ontologies can be published in the World Wide Web and may be referred from other OWL ontologies. OWL is part of the OWL is part of the W3C's semantic web technology stack, which includes RDFs, SPARQL, etc. Okay, so how does this play into with that of SafeMoon potentially and cryptocurrencies? Is this even something that's involved in the world of cryptocurrencies? So after I came across this element here, then I decided to combine it with the word with blockchain, and I came across this article. I will include a link to this article in the description, so if some of you guys are more familiarized with like Python and with the other language scripts, you're more of like a coding person, maybe you understand more the ideas behind this, or with the smart contracts and the functionalities of how they work. It's a little bit lengthy. I'm going to kind of highlight a couple key points for you, and I'm giving you the opportunity to dive into this further and see what your thoughts are on this. So blockchain ontology with dynamic extensibility. Abstract. There are thousands of projects worldwide based primarily on blockchain technology. These have a large number of users and hundreds of use cases. One of the most popular is the use of cryptocurrencies and their benefits against money without intrinsic value, fiat money, and centralized financial solutions. However, although thousands of new transactions are carried out daily in different platforms, uniform and standardized information does not exist to be able to manage the large amount of data that is generated and exchanged between users through transactions and the generation of new blocks. This research reports the development of Blondie, an ontology that allows the semantic representation of knowledge to describe the native structure and related information of the three most relevant blockchain projects to date: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and in the recent 1.0 version extends its definitions to include Hyperledger, specifically the Hyperledger Fabric infrastructure. Its use allows having common data formats of different platforms for further processing, such as the execution of semantic queries. One big thing I want to have you guys take away with this is this sounds very similar to bridges. They're talking about three different blockchains: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the recent one they said also Hyperledger. So it also says in the recent one, meaning that they updated it and they were able to include an additional one. So what is going on with SafeMoon with bridges? Well, we just took one extension off of from the Binance Smart Chain, and we're seeing it going over to things like the Ethereum blockchain and Harmony and Wax and EOS, right? So we're seeing these extensions that are building out. We know that SafeMoon is developing their own blockchain, but what are they using to incorporate into their mechanics of their blockchain? And I think that OWL, something like this, which is once again, it's the web ontology language, this potentially could be what they're using to incorporate into the design of the blockchain. It's just a theory with this. Now, where does it talk about the web ontology language? Over here, or OWL right down here. This article details the development of Blondie, blockchain ontology with dynamic extensibility, and ontology expressed in OWL language, web ontology language. Called that way to be easily remembered, modified, extended, and improved by new definitions or other ontologies over time, what we consider as dynamism. This allows the integration of native structural data and related information from uneven sources of the three relevant blockchain projects, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Hyperledger Fabric. Formally defined semantics will make it possible to perform precise searches and complex queries with the SPARQL protocol and RDF query language. We believe that Blondie is an innovative ontology since there is no relevant prior work that accurately covers its scope and domain. Okay? The use of ontologies in blockchain technologies is the first step in the realization of the semantic blockchain, an emerging paradigm that considers the existence of new networks where the participants have the certainty that the meaning of the message is the same for all, and there is trust about the arranged circumstances and agreements. Again, there's going to be more information. I'll have a link to this in the description. I don't want to make this video any longer than what it already is, but you guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Do you think that something like this could be playing a major role in the development of the SafeMoon blockchain? I think that this is a highly plausible answer to what they've been talking about via Twitter. I would not be surprised, personally, but I want to get your guys' thoughts. So tell me in the comments down below. Feel free to share this video on social media if you think other people will find this to be interesting and to get their thoughts on all this as well. And I just want to kind of wrap things up by letting you guys know I do have referral links in the description. So if you guys want to get free cryptocurrencies or free stocks or both, you can use those links and it's going to help out my channel as well. So we both get free stuff out of it, which is great. And yeah, I mean, thank you guys so much for being here. I got another video. I'm going to be talking about AMC, the stock. So check out that video today, giving you guys an update on everything that's going on over there as well, because I am a big supporter of the AMC stock movement. So thank you guys. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up like button, and I will see you in the next episode.